back. Thank you so very much for staying with us and this far. Tulianza from 7 all the way. Say it's 17 minutes past the hour and we're finishing at 10 a.m. So basically, first half tushamaliza, kama tumeingia second half tunaenda kumaliza the last part. Yes, thank you so very much for staying with us. But if you're just joining us, good morning. My name is Valentine. We're at Color Me Val, and we're trying to find a reason to be grateful and just generally sit or stand or walk with a smile today. Things we're going through it as a country, as a nation, as a continent, as just citizens of the world. We are going through it. So many things have been happening, but don't worry. Don't worry. We got you. And in the spirit of getting you, we have a question on our social media platforms, and perhaps I can read it out for you. Remember, it's Y254 on everything. Hashtag just depends on the day, Monday all the way to Friday. Have different hashtags, but generic one is Y in the morning. So the question is, je, friendship ya job inafaa kufika limit gani? Je, hii ni kama tutashautia watu wa ground, muniambie kenye mnataka kuniambia kwa DM, sawa? Okay? Je, friendship ya job inafaa kufika limit gani? Now, the first comment is already just, hey, okay, gosh. Let me first allow my very capable panel to introduce themselves, and then we'll get right into it. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
How are you? Hey, ni njaa mko nayo ama ni mko fiti?
Yes.
Good.
Okay, let me start with you. What's your good name?
I'm Joyce Nyambura, a student at the Technical University of Kenya. Also the Assistant Organizing Secretary in Nairobi Universities and Colleges Students Association. And I'm in my third year pursuing international relations and diplomacy.
That is a mouthful. You're doing a lot in society.
Yes.
Hey, mimi nilikuwa nafanya nini campus? Let's not talk about it. Let's go to you, sir. What's your good name?
I'm Josh. I'm Josh Ogwaru. I'm a first year student at JQuad.
First
First year.
hii sauti yote ni ya first year?
What can I say?
Wow. Okay.
I pursue pharmacy. And yeah, that's kind of hard to beat, but I'm just a thought enthusiast.
Okay.
I love platforms like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you been on a platform like this?
No, this is my first time.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome. You are in
Thank
very
you.
safe hands, trust
Thank
me.
you. Thank you.
Oh, okay, ngoja kwanza. So question is, je, friendship ya job inafaa kufika limit gani? Let me read for you a couple of comments before we go on. Maybe you can just react from that. So Afam Afune, na please musifanye comments zikuwe ngumu za kusoma, sawa? Aya, Afam Afune says minimum acceptable limit is the finals. So yeah, naongelea mechi. Ni sawa? Okay. So I was just looking to confirm if you understand what I'm saying. Okay. Pauline Mushemi says, don't visit me impromptu, and I vice versa. Just because you work with someone inaweza wafanya your colleagues know where you live, tuanzie hapo. Okay, Leila says work and go home. Okay. Jacob Junior says hadi mahali itafika tu iko sawa nani. Hii mnaenda kufanya kazi ama mnaenda kutafuta kitu ingine, Apollo Elias says please, and I repeat please, usiwahi anza kunini at work na workmate kiliniramba. Where? Apollo, what happened? Please tell us, let us know. Fidel Jody says kaende. Isaac Makanda says love after work. Frank Keegan says penye itafika tu bora usishikwe.
Okay.
Okay, let's stop there. Maybe why did you find that funny? This particular comment. I'll start with you.
The bora usishikwe.
Yeah. Kwani nini watoto mko shule mnajificha wapi?
I don't think it should be an issue where you hide the whole thing. Like, if it gets to that point, transparency is the best way to go.
Because
bora usishikwe seems like it's like destroying the work fabric. Because I think our work environment should be built around people that, like, it should be transparent to ensure that there is trust in the way you carry out things, and work entails teamwork. So people that work together should be able to trust one another.
Okay.
So if there are secrets in between, like if there are skeletons in the closet, then that trust won't be there. then creates disharmony, and we all know how that story ends.
So unataka watu wasipendane. I'm trying to understand you in layman terms.
Not,
watu wakuje tu kufanya kazi waende.
Not the words I would use. I would say, in a workplace, the environment of the workplace should ensure that there is trust.
Okay.
Within a workplace, relationships, like most of our audiences have said, they will develop. They tend to develop.
My feelings.
Yeah, because of the time you spend together.
Okay.
So it's almost impossible that you will spend time with somebody and not develop feelings towards that person. And in that context, relationships in the work environment is inevitable. Like ideally, in the ideal world, which is like very hard to achieve, they shouldn't be there. It should be like work, productivity.
You can jump in anytime you disagree or agree. Okay.
Namgoja malize.
Okay. Usingoje, you're having too much decorum. Attack as you defend.
In an ideal world, there should be work should be for productivity. Then everything else should come outside work. But like the story of Belinda and Bill Gates, like the two of them, it was like Bill Gates was this rich guy. Then Belinda was, I think she was a product manager or project manager. So they developed feelings for one another in work, and you can see the disparity in like the chair, like Bill and then there's Belinda. They developed that relationship. Like if it can develop in such a big setting, what's to stop it from developing in our everyday normal lives? So it's something we cannot avoid. In the ideal world, it shouldn't be there, but it's something we can't avoid. And the fact that we can't avoid that, I think, is reason why we should talk about it.
Talk to me.
As for me, like there must be boundaries. We are at work. We are doing our work. Okay, friendship can come, but should have boundaries. Isifike ati to a point that tunaenda to the extent that even you are dating. Last week, but one, I was in TV47 discussing about would you date or marry your colleague, and I still stand to my answer and my decision. No, that's a no, because it will just start interfering with the productivity of the work.
Sasa huo ndio mtu anakuunderstand bana. Ukimwambia uko job anajua kenye unafanya job. Kama ufai kushika simu hata jam.
Na sikatai.
Look at Lulu Hassan and her
I need my time.
You know, Lulu Hassan is the only woman in the world who knows where her husband is. Kama yuko job ako mahali kwingine, so you'd explain mbona hujaenda job.
But I want my time. You know, like hiyo kuanza kudate and you are in the same place, like ata it becomes boring. Like I'm seeing the same person kwa kazi, then jioni tunaenda naye kwa nyumba. Like I want someone that nikifika kwa nyumba ananiambia job yetu ilikuwa hivi na hivi na hivi. At least even we get stories to say. But sasa if you are working the same place, kwa ofisi bosi ametukelelesha, then tukienda kwa nyumba tunaenda bado na hizo mahasira.
What if yeye ndio boss wako?
Hapo itaanza kuleta favorism kwa ofisi, because maybe like ufanywe promotion and stuff. Now people will be like, oh, he's favoring her because she's the spouse and stuff. Like hata kwanza kuleta like some negativity in the office, like watu wanze kuona like kuna favoritism kwa office, and that's not good. So to me, like kama ni friends, yes, to be friends, but boundaries. If I'm dating, I can't be that close with my spouse.
Sauti bana, I can see you pointing and use voice. Use your words.
I think I have a solution to your problem.
Okay.
Your problem is you want you all to lead separate lives, alafu mkutane pale mbele. Ndio.
No, like say ati tukupatane pale mbele, like don't you feel like kuna that boring seeing the same person now and then like I see you in the morning, lunchtime tuko na wewe nini, then when we are in the same place, like maybe okay we're in the same company but different departments, so nitakuwa napata stories that oh your guy is doing this and this with this one nini. No, wewe kaa tu uko hivyo, like see you trust me and you, like unajua siwezi fanya kitu kama hiyo, like weka uko like nisikuone tupatane jioni nipe stories zako mimi nikupe zangu. But okay, in terms now to the topic, friendship, yes, mimi yes kutakuwa na that friendship and stuff, but kunafaa kuwa na boundaries. Isifike to an extent that we are becoming that intimate and stuff.
Okay.
No, kukuwe na boundaries. Tufanye kazi cause nimetoka kwa nimetoka, umetoka, kimetuleta hapa ni kazi.
Guy, kimetuleta Nairobi. To focus. Tupendane baadaye.
Tafute pesa bana. Tutakula mapenzi kwa hiyo.
Sasa ukipatana na huyu na wewe unataka kumshika mkono everywhere you go so that you insert dominance.
Not everywhere I go. I think that was my solution to her problem. Like in a workplace, okay, I began by saying that kunafaa kuwa na transparency. I didn't say this line though. In as much as kunafaa kuwa na transparency, it should be in such a way that irrespective of the fact that people know about you too, they're asking about how, like, are you two still together? Like, you might be you might be still in the same workplace, but they're still asking, are you two still together? Like, it gets to that point that irrespective of the fact that they know that you two are together,
Mliachana.
yeah, they think that because when you come into the workplace, you work. That is what you do. Like, you go do your thing. Like you said, trust is a very important aspect. So you go do your thing, I go do my thing, and then in the evening, like, anyway, it's a small world. Like, eventually, the problems will just come down to the boss lashing or like a bad day with your fellow workmates. Like, the problems will essentially remain the same, irrespective of whether I work in Microsoft and you work in Google. Still the same thing. So if you come to your workplace and you put everything else aside, I still think it's something that's worth exploring. Just as long as when you come to your workplace, put everything aside. I'm your colleague, you're my colleague when we're at work. The problems that we find at work, we don't take them back at home.
It's easy to say, assuming
Exactly.
yeye ndo ataleta shida, emotions and feelings. But what if she's thriving at work? What if, in fact, hivi tu tumetumia nani Lulu Hassan, the same job description, everything. But you'd find maybe she's the one who's thriving a little bit more. She's going to be the first person to get a promotion. Sa mkienda nyumbani pia mutakosana. Wewe utaenda umwambie boy enda uoshe vyombo, si mimi nimetoka job. Ungetaka si ungepromotiwa. Sasa tunaweza ongea baya. It was physically hurting me even saying it. Damn.
Exactly. Like, kuisema ni rahisi sana, but kwa matendo. As ladies, we tend to have like a lot of emotions. Like, yes, nimetoka job, nimekasirika. So like, kwa ladies, bado niko na hizo stress za kazi, but nikikuja pia kwa nyumba then unikasirishe tena. Like, unaongeza chumvi kwa kidonda yenye nimetoka. Like, no, ndo maana I prefer, wewe enda huko hivyo. Si umetoka kwa mashida zako, maybe you've had a good day, sindio, I've had a bad day. No, you're the one to comfort me, you're the one to be there for me. But sasa si wote tukue hapo, tumekeleleshwa at the same time, project nafaa kuwe imemalizika by due dates, bosi ndio yamepiga kelele now and then it will be just so hectic hadi kwa nyumba. Sasa hizo issues mko kwa ofisi, bado hizo ndo mtazileta kwa nyumba, and it create a lot of chaos too, and that's not a healthy relationship. It won't be a healthy relationship.
Okay. Now, before okay, it's okay. Say.
Okay. Not to sound like a broken record, but
It's okay.
I think we are focusing on the fact that the problems that arise from work and are brought back at home are different are different if you work in different geographical locations. I don't think they are.
So, hata ukitweka the same building.
If Lulu was working somewhere else and the husband was working somewhere else, like, eventually, like, let's say if one of them is better than the other, they will get a promotion wherever they may be. Like, that's not something you fix by like going to Nairobi and now going to Mombasa. Nah. That is something you fix by having the right boundaries.
Okay, but you're kind of saying the same thing because she started with boundaries. I want to read you a fun fact. Yeah, so it's around towards the end of the last year, 2024. So court rules employers cannot ban office romance. So this was in the High Court. I don't know who took it to the courts. I don't know how it ended up in the High Court. All I'm saying is this is what happened. The Labour Court has delivered a landmark ruling arguing employers cannot prohibit romantic relationships among employees. The court says love should not be stifled by corporate policies. The decision by Justice James Rika of Employment and Labor Relations sitting in Nairobi stems from a case involving MN, a former regional operations manager at G4S, who was terminated after engaging in a romantic affair with a junior employee known as DJ. Justice Rika awarded the former manager 3.2 million in Kenyan shillings for his unfair dismissal, asserting that it's not the employer's role to interfere in the personal lives of their staff. So I'm reading from standardmedia.co.ke for this particular story. So basically I'm trying to tell you, kama munataka kupendana kwa ofisi, the court has no problem. Sawa, an employer should not also have a problem. How are you feeling just by the fact that it took someone to be sued ndo tukuje tuseme tuangalie to revise? Actually, why aren't employees allowed to have workplace romance?
Okay, it's not that I'm really strictly on you shouldn't be in a relationship with your colleague. No, that's my stand, my personal stand. Not that to everyone, because people are different. People are different, you see, and feelings, like, you can't siwezi zikatiza, like feelings ziko, we're all humans, and we tend, like, if you find maybe your right person ndio yuko hapo, but I can't reject that, but still personally I can't. I can, but to that.
Sasa unataka kusema ukipata flesh of your flesh kwa ofisi utakataa? Okay, sawa. What do you think? You want to echo, disagree, so I can ask now?
I want to ask a question actually.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
You see, people are difficult, right? A lot of them are, and I'm not a very big believer of the word soulmate, but I believe there's that person who will get you, like more than other people will. That person who's willing to tolerate who you really are, and those people don't just come, like you don't just walk along the street and find them. If that person happens to be the person in your workplace, don't you think it's worth thinking to bring your boundaries within the workplace and not without? Because if you bring your boundaries within your workplace, you'll know that when we come to work. Okay, before I say that, I want to use an example of university, high school, university relationships. People from the same class date.
Hata mimi kidogo hiyo ingekuwa shida. Class?
No.
People from the let me just say.
Yeah, yani tukikosana kila mtu atajua.
Kila mtu same case na kazi.
Shika kitabu yako bana.
Same case na kazi. Tukikosana jamani, nitawai heal. Because maybe it will depend on the issues, like inilituma to achane. See, like healing itakuwa kubwa. Maybe okay, because most of the cases relationship end because of cheating. I mean, it cheat. Then the same person naona cheat naye wanapita hapo hivyo. Really? Utahil sangapi?
Si haikuwa niongee hii story nataka ishainifanyikia hivyo venye unasema. So I was everyone else knew that this uncle was had a wandering eye, miss kwa najua. Kila mtu, yani imagine mko job.
Will take how long to heal?
Kwanza Mungu akafanya maajabu, akamtoa, akampiga transfer.
Thank you.
Sijui
better.
Hey!
At least alikupea time,
but ilikuwa tough.
Exactly.
Ilikuwa first the humiliation, the then
mind you, if now sasa watu walikuwa najua that you guys are together.
Hey!
So like people like I love that couple and
peke yako. Hey, nani kwani leo yako?
Exactly.
Hey!
Unatembea unaulizwa na umemwacha wapi?
Man your business. So unaanza kukasirikia tu watu for no absolute reason.
Na makosa si yao.
Hey!
So
in that particular scenario that she's brought up, would you be really fine with it?
You know, in the particular scenario she brought up, there are a lot of dynamics that have changed. In the particular scenario that she's brought up, it means like for people to be able to notice that you people have split or like have gone apart, it means that you are like clearly visible in front of all of them that we are together, like walking, like coming to class together, I don't know, like submitting your assignments at the same time, I don't know, like all the nitty-gritty details that couples do. Like the tiniest of details, you do it together. I don't know, even having the same color pen or bag. Like, exactly, like if it happens like that, I honestly don't think the problem is the dynamic. I think the problem is between the two of you, because you actually do not want the difference or the personal, like you said you want like to be free. Like in your own space and him in his own space, then you later meet at home. Then if there is a problem with one, the other helps to solve, right? So if you do all that in class, like you're together everywhere, like everything you do, like you might even sit together.
Hey.
Everything you do is
boring.
together.
It sounds okay.
It's boring. It's really
mapenzi.
boring.
We're looking at it logically.
That is the dynamic that changes. But think of it this way: somebody comes to class, okay, let's use that particular example. Yeah, university relationships. You live in your own houses, right? Then you come to class your own time. Sit with people you want to sit with other people you want to sit with, interact with other people, like live different lives.
Hata wewe unafikiria logically sana, because I don't think your ego, as in a man's ego, would allow for tuseme mko pamoja, alafu there's this new boy, alafu yeye ndo sasa kutesa, anakaa vizuri, akona pesa, ananuki, you know, there's this one. Kwanza ukishapata mapenzi, just one person you know anaweza pita tu na mtu wako na useme tu
alafu itaanza kuleta issues like mbona unakaa na yeye sana.
In fact tu ulicheka sana,
ulikuwa mnacheka nini, like hata maybe like nimetoka nje like mimi peke yangu, then atoke pia yeye atoke, so ataanza kukua like mmeenda kufanya nini, you see,
ama mfanye by mistake muingie class
the same time, so utakuwa like mmetoka wapi pamoja.
Ni kama tunajua
si ndio?
Kama tunajua hizo maswali unaulizwa hadi wewe mwenyewe what do you mean? Are you even serious? Are you asking me these questions?
Hapo ndo sasa anaanza kuleta insecurities,
trust
issues, vitu zaidi as make sense, like wewe fanya kazi huko kwenye somea J4 nisomee TUK tupatane on our date, you know, hadi like hata hiyo time yenye mko mbali, okay, say at ni long distance, but at least hiyo yenye you're not in the same you're not in the same place but you know, like mnapanga dates, like you see, like hadi kunapatiana that time of I miss my guy, I miss my man, you see, lakini ukimwona kila wakati unasikia mtu anasema okay, really miss my man, huko like ndole pale.
Although nimesikia mtu akisema kuna mwanaume aliniambia if he's dating a girl, he has to live with her because anajua atacheat. Hiyo sasa
huyo ajahil from the previous relationship.
Wala, but sai yako ina very happy and prosperous.
Kama mimi nasemanga if you want to start a new relationship, ingia kama umeheal totally, because if ukiingia kama ujahil, you're going to hurt me. Mimi si mwenye makosa, I'm not your ex, but a hurting heart will hurt a healed heart.
And bleeding people bleed on people, but do you really think that's what they're thinking about? Si wanafikiria tu nataka moto, alafu ifanye makosa kwa siku ya sijui weather photo. What? 2 cups of tea?
Weather photo kwa na blanketi.
Please, wewe jifunike blanketi na utulie.
Ulale.
Naweza kusomea tu twingine before. Would you like to go first or can I read the comments?
Just read the comments.
Isipotee, thought inaweza potea bana. All right, so we have more comments. There's one or two I might repeat, but definitely are more here. So we have Pauline Mushemi, anasema, don't visit me impromptu and I vice versa. We have to first talk about why.
Mbona unajua kwangu?
In fact, why? Tuanzie hata kujua, but why would you just randomly visit me? Because
we are not besties, we are colleagues.
I was a very big age when I discovered the difference between a friend, an acquaintance, a colleague, a classmate me. When you're students together, there's a very big difference. Just because tuna vibe vizuri job does not mean the same will be true out there.
Yeah, true.
Outside the work setting. I affirm afune minimum acceptable limit is the finals. Na you mekram. King Boy says keep it professional. Jackie Harland. Hey, ejewe, sorry man sit. Mimi naomba msamaria. Okay, kuna mtu hapa ana wacha tu admira tutakushughulikia. Apollo Elias please. And I repeat please usiwahi anza kunini. Tulisema aje baadaye. Tulisema aje na hizi maneno na workmate kiliniramba. Patrick Kivi here. Na friendship kazini ni ya kazi gani? Let's start with Patrick. Na friendship kazini ni ya kazi gani? Why are we friends in the workplace? In fact,
like why?
Why are we friends?
Can we hold that thought before we get to friendship ya kazi ni ya nini? I wanted to address something she'd said earlier. Like
I like how you've taken it with poise.
She said that when like she would rather like if like what personally disturbs her is the fact that anaweza kuwa amekaa mahali then her guy is right there with this chile and this chile is oof. Like if girls swept guys off their feet, she would do that. Then her problem was that she like it might start bringing issues, you know.
Might.
Like because
It will.
okay,
It
it
must.
will. So let me ask you, do you, like how guaranteed are you that this same thing is not happening wherever he is where you're not looking?
Acha kae mbele nisijue.
Shida ni kuona.
Like
Shida ni kuona ni kama.
then anapo
So,
unaona
okay,
like
before you finish.
live and direct, unaona live bila ndio huyu anaenda. Huyu anaenda kesho. Acha ende huko like nisiwahi jua cause at the point that nitajua nitawaka.
Then that means that like so like you're comfortable with that happening out like where you're not looking at it.
I don't. Okay, would you like to continue or should I just help you? And
like so does this mean that somebody should go into a relationship, okay, workplace or not, with the pre-thought that this guy might cheat on me? So it's rather it happens where I'm not seeing it than it happen where it doesn't. And before you chip in, let me give my answer to that, and then you'll give yours. I think that it's just a matter of trust. Like it's that choice that person makes every day. Like she will meet a guy. Is this guy better? Probably, because there is probably going to be a better guy than you. We can't all be Elon Musk. There's going to be somebody who's better. So I think it's that choice that she makes every day. Like I met this guy is better, but I am choosing to stick with this person. Like you have that complete trust in somebody. I know, okay, it doesn't happen often, but you have that complete trust in somebody. I'm here, I'm wherever I am. Even though I see, say, Joyce with another guy, I'll be totally okay with it because I know at the end of the day, she will pack her bags and she'll come back home to me. I think that is trust.
Nilikuwa najaribu kufikiria because I don't want to listen just to speak right after. I want to digest. Alafu nikakumbuka wewe ni fresher.
Yeah, that is what I said. Hypothetical doesn't happen often.
You're speaking like you're bright-eyed, full of hope and wonder.
Hajaelewa
Down bado.
Nini
Kupata.
Eja kuguza ujue vizuri.
Hey.
But you know like us ladies tukiamua kupenda, honestly I'll stick with you. Lakini nyinyi nitapatana na mwingine, nitaenda.
But actually men can love. What I'm learning.
True, but
really
ni ngumu. I don't know why, but ni ngumu. But ni ngumu.
No, I think issue maybe ni the majority the people kwa ground no wanaribu inafanya soko ikae chafu.
I know, yeah.
But men can love you. Mwanaume anaweza anaweza kupenda hadi hata asione Verasidika akitembea. Who is someone, a name that I don't know, Halle Berry, I don't know, Rihanna, Beyonce, whoever apite hapa, hakuna kitu atafanya. Mwanaume anaweza kupenda. Please believe it. Please believe
I do believe. Yeah. I do believe. Ara watu akisema love is a scam, love is real. Okay, but mi nasema from the when nimekuwa nikisikia na watu, you know me, I'm people who like talking with logics and statistics, like nasikiza ground venye ina, so because I get to interact with so many people, so nasemanga from the majority that nasikianga, and that's what they usually say. Men, okay, even in terms of cheating and stuff, according to the statistics that I did previously, uniona population ya men who cheat, between women and men are the ones who cheat a lot.
Again, I can dispute. It's just women don't like talking about that they cheat.
Yeah, men are proud about it. Are proud of it.
Okay, the ones who nimeona wanna thrive on that kind of energy, yes, they are proud of it. But they're gentlemen who they know they're doing something wrong, but they're still doing it. But them, kabla kuja aseme, some ninja somewhere is raising children that are not his. Ni kama wanne hivi na
as we tend to be very secretive. We're always secretive. Niko na watoto huko 5 wa 6, but utawaijua. Huko nje na glow. Utaijua like kama mother.
Wow.
But si kweli. Nimesema tu.
What are you hiding those?
Si kweli. Nimesema tu.
Yeah. All right, so we have a couple of more comments before we continue. So we have Bidel John, he says, kaende. Na hizi workplace zenu, Jafeth Malemo says salamu tu. Hi Jafeth. Atieno Omondi says salamu tu imetosha. Oh, yani kwa colleagues. Hi.
Hi.
Okay. Good morning. Jacob Junior says hadi mahali tafika tu iko sawa.
Hiyo kona ameona
Ameona
potential mahali.
Leila says work and go home. Yani fanya kenye imekuleta hapa.
Focus.
Na uende. In that same spirit, would you date your neighbor?
Oh, this is getting even tricky for me.
Boom. Aha! Listen to the right person. As Kumakana amesema love after work. So, would you date your neighbor? Because if workplace is a couple of hours, hadi shift yako ishe, but your neighbor. So this is the person. Uko kwako unajaribu kupata amani, but ulifanya makosa ukacheza home, not away.
Hapo ndipo.
Okay. This is after I've thought about it for 5 seconds. So
Ushaanza kutetea.
yeah. So I think it's best for somebody in order to make decisions. I think it's good for you to work on a certain principle. And my principle coming here today was we can't be mechanical, like we're human. We can't be mechanical. All we can do is develop a dynamic system that works with what we are. Faults, mistakes, all those things. So all you can do is that. So by that definition, oh, I feel like I'm walking into something.
This is a safe space. It's Men's Mental Awareness Month. Mental Health Awareness Month. Yes.
So by that definition, if you find somebody who gets you, somebody who is not like other people, and it just so happens that this package comes with the neighborhood disadvantage, depending on the kind of person, I think I would still take it. I would still take it. I don't think geography affects a lot.
Unataka mtu akwambia ko home na unaona vizuri sana stima zimezimwa.
You see, okay, now that is an issue of that is why I chose my words carefully. I said depending on the kind of person. Earlier when she said that that like a certain person might be doing something with somebody else, and then she's just like plain out lying to you, like white and black. Unaona tu like in uongo, and he or she is still lying. So I think that comes down to the kind of person, because okay, people are different, and like you said, some guys love, some guys play, and sadly the players are more than the lovers.
Thank you.
Just louder, I think, not even more, just louder.
The players are more than the lovers. Sue me.
Sorry, boss. Pole.
Yeah. So I think it comes down to the kind of person. There is one kind of person who will do all that. Like he will try and keep this one and plain out lie to you about it. And then there's this other guy who will just like, I chose you and it's me and you. If you decide to mess this up, I'll walk away. Just like it comes down to the kind of person. Like, are you really dating? I think now it just begs the question, like, are you dating a mature person? Like, it's just that simple. It just comes down to that.
Oh, so unataka mtu mature.
Yeah, somebody who you can trust.
Kisirani tu kichwa mbaya ndio relationship is sibo.
Relationship kutoboa now that is a whole different dynamic, like.
Oh, so that's something else completely.
Personality and blah blah blah, but as long as I can trust you, like I think the basis of all this, friendship, relationship, workplace or not, I may be in the US and you are still here, as long as there is that trust, I'll take it.
All right, now before we get to you, there's a fun fact that my director has brought to me. So this is as of 1st October 2024. This is, I think, an article, if I'm not wrong. Yes, it's an article. So in France, it's illegal to conduct a private paternity test without court permission. Therefore, even if you wish to perform a paternity test for private purposes, you must go through the legal process. Apparently, now this is information that I cannot attest to, but apparently it's because of so much infidelity. Alafu nakwambia you can be raising children that are not yours, but kila mtu anakuita daddy. So apparently there was a lot of that going on, and clearly ni wasichana because hao ndio wanazaa. And a lot of femicide happening also as a result of finding out that your spouse has been leading you on, you and your children. Yes, so that's why they've restricted it. Do you think Africans tunaweza fika hapo? Tuseme kama nataka pata test twende kotini kwanza.
Hapa kwenda kotini. People tend, when tu umesema, watu huwa wanalea watoto wenye si wao. And the only person who knows the father to that child is the mother. Mimi ndo najua kenye ilifanyika na sijui mbona like na kuekelea wewe baby niliona huyu hawezi so we know at least then kamwekelea. But hapo kwa kwenda kwetu itakuwa ngumu. Okay, kwenda kwetu yes ni mzuri because lazima pia tufanye DNA ndo nijue mtoto nalia kama ni wangu ama si wangu. But hiyo kwenda kwetu yeah, you can go to court and at least
you're saying it lightly, yeah? But you know chunga utoto kususu kila mahali sijui diapers. Aya chakula, akue mgonjwa school fees, sijui afanye extracurricular activities hizi ma CBD, sijui swimming, sijui kupika, sijui what else is very strange that I see. Anyway, but yes, so it's a very, yes, we're trying. I'm very proud of us today. We're being very logical. Very, very proud of us that at least we're trying to reason. But when we are in a particular headspace, when your feelings start feeling, there's room for error, and that margin is large.
But you get some other couples like, okay, mimi najua mtoto si wangu, but kuna that already mimi napenda tu mtoto venye yako. Ni kama tu ile like unapata a single mother, then the guy is very open to raise someone else's child. They're good men. Kuna watu wako na utu like they can do that. But sasa I do say like kama dem, be open, like be genuine, mwambie from the word go. Isianze kuleta issues that unamwambia baadaye because that will create a lot of things. But at least ukishamwambia hadi huyu anajua in mind, okay, si wangu but nitampenda tu venye ako, I love the mother so I can also take care of the child.
You're imagining a Kenyan man akae tu hivi amefanya hizo vitu zote. He has been a present father because that is not something that we're used to as a people. Alafu unataka hata anyway, wacha kuhepa swali yangu.
No, tulisema kuna good na kuna, so me like I'm always optimistic and nenda na wale wazuri. Okay, kuna wale wabaya obviously. Mimi siwezi with this economy na leo mtoto mwenye si wangu nini pampa CBC
hata watu hataki kulea.
Najua kuna wenye watasema no. Hii sasa acha ikae. Lakini sasa kwa wale wazuri good work.
Would you date your neighbor? Because the conversation we're talking about is basically around the workplace. Is there a limit? Is this supposed to be like a stop loss for friendships in the workplace? But I'm assuming neighbor kind of sounds as intimate because this is where you must go.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, neighbor. I know of someone, you know, it's a true story that kwanza yao ilikuwa tu like nikifungua mlango ndio mlango yake akifungua na niona, and now they are happily married and they have a kid. So like it works, and for me yes it can. Ukikuwa mzuri nyima neighbor wangu.
Okay, wait.
Ukikuwa mzuri.
Shorty's going to even tell us where her neighborhood is, but before that let me read a couple of more comments in leo msimanani nice. Aya, kuna Michael Mbwera says kukopeshana pesa na we are going to let's keep it as close to what it's actually trying to say. So have meals together, share meals. So kuna kukopeshana na kushare meals. Frank Kigan says penye itafika tu bora usishikwe, and we started this conversation with this particular comment, wondering why. And I told you the High Court, as of last year, the end of last year, that's 2024, High Court has decided your employer cannot lay asunder what God has put together. Manano Felix Rude Boss says cookies too labda. We? Kwenu hamna CCTV ama hizo ni salamu? Unajua maybe ni salamu na sijui. Oh, okay. Hiyo ndio kufungua gate. Okay. Vanto, nimekuona na link yako. Obed says, hey. Hi. How are you? Good morning. Hashtag is why in the morning. Okay, so you've told me you would attempt to date your neighbor, but have serious boundaries about workplace romance. What's the difference?
Neighbor, napatana jioni. Workplace, I spend most of my hours in the office.
Unataka kusumbuana na mtu kwa line, mmeenda kuanua nguo ama kuanika on a weekend, na mlikosana tu kidogo lakini umeona replacement. Hivyo ndio unataka?
Seti hivyo nataka, but we can, okay, as we say, like love, huwezi jua kwenye love itakupata. Kwenye walipata na kwa hoteli ukiosha mikono, then the next is history. Walipatana kwa line ya Super Metro, the next is history. So
kuandamana pia,
okay. Kuna that story wale walikuwa last year during the protest, na saizi walioana. So we can't say that love can locate you anywhere, but specifically your work, your workplace,
it's a no.
It's a no. Tunapatana church, tupatane neighbor kwa stairs.
Okay.
Naishi ground floor.
What if upatane na huyu? Okay, last hypothetical question, I promise, because time is running out. It's just that her persistence is it's making me feel some type of way. So what if pate boss mpya kazini, sawa? Now this one has transitioned, this current boss has gone, this one is coming into transition as your new boss, but hujamuona, so for like a month you still don't know what's going on. Really high position, let's call him a CEO or something, but makosa ifanyike pia kuna mtu mgeni kanisa yenu na wewe ni mtu wa protocol, so unashinanga tu hapo na wageni, ama uko choir, so anashinda tu akiadmire God's beautiful flowers nini and then you hit it off. So before you know it, mtu wa kanisa ni boss. Utakata?
Hizo ndio sasa, if circumstances.
Yani Mungu anakupatia chakula hivi ukiwa njana unasema
sasa, if circumstances, let me give you a scenario, like my spouse works at Telcom. Nafanya kazi Safaricom.
You have a spouse? Oh, this is hypothetical. Makosa.
Nafanya kazi Telcom, nafanya Safaricom. Then akaletwa kwetu. Ama mimi nikapelekwa Safaricom because now it's a big company and stuff. So like nikapelekwa huko, and yet tulikuwa tuna date already. Sasa hizo ndo some of the circumstances then are unavoidable. Siwezi acha kazi juu ati tume end up in. Sasa hapo ni sasa we sit down, sasa tujue
tuongee kama watu wakubwa.
Hapo ndo pia nasemanga relationship, dating, marriage, maturity must be there. That's a compulsory thing. Lazima kukuwe na maturity.
Hizi relationship zote umkoshwa kuna maturity, like, let's just talk about it.
Okay, maturity in terms of, okay, kuna that, because now you're in love, kuna that ka baby girl in you and nini, hakutakuwa na that maturity, but if it's a serious, wacha hii ati hooking up, wacha hii situationship, talking stage, no. Serious dating that leads to marriage. Because hapo sasa we are going to see the future. Tunaona hapo maybe tutakuwa, okay, si maybe tutakuwa na watoto, si ndio? So like lazima hii tunaona kweli ini till death do us part. So lazima kukuwe na that maturity. Nimekuja Safaricom, so hapo ni sasa tukae chini tuelewane, like kutakuwa hivi na hivi, and it's unavoidable. I can't lose my job because of you. Another scenario, I'm working, si ndio? My spouse kazi maybe iliisha and stuff. Kwetu kuna vacancy. Sasa siwezi, na I need him to get to job. Na lazima afanye kazi. So siwezi kosa kumwambia kuje kwa kazi yetu, na pia kuna slot that goes well with his with the qualification. So if circumstances hapo no, we can't.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Sawa. So sijui kama mutapata mtu wako in the strangest. I hear love finds you when you're not looking for it, and it's usually in the strangest of places. So sijui kama mnaweza tutumia, I know Valentine's hizo limeisha, but kama mnaweza tuambia kama mlipendana na watu mkiwa job, ama mkiwa maneiba, ama mlipatana how. I'd be just very interested. I'm just curious, that is it. Now in the spirit of winding up, please remind us one more time your social media handles.
I'm on Instagram, just Josh, and TikTok, it's my username is just Josh still. So all my social media handles just at just Josh, and with underscores on both sides. Yeah.
Okay.
Just Josh with underscores on both sides of Josh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. And you?
In all my social media platforms, Special Joy.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, thank you both for coming. I've enjoyed this conversation. I've enjoyed the back and forth between you two.
Yeah.
I feel like he has more questions for you. He's still a bit antsy, but you see, we gotta leave, we gotta go. Thank you so very much for allowing me into your personal space today. Thank you for allowing me to host you today. Na tumekuwa na at Prof. Prof pia alikuwa hapa na mimi tukiongelea. So we had a conversation, we're talking about social media and peer pressure, leading fake lives and the silent struggle. So if you did not catch that, please do go to our YouTube channel, Y254 YouTube channel. You get it. My name is Valentine. Still will remain to be tomorrow. Tutaonana kesho asubuhi na mapema, inshallah. Please be safe. Okay? Have a good day. Bye-bye.